I have my third update for you, just had to check that, of my birthday project pan. This is my 40 by 40. So in November this year, 2019, I will turn 40. Yeah. Although the other day, funny story, right? I had a charity canvasser come to my door, and yes, I did sign up because it was a children's charity, and I like to support at least one charity every year. But he says to me, I do have to ask, are you over the age of 18? And I said, I should think so. I'm turning 40 in a few months. And he was like, so what? And there was genuine shock on his face, and I was like, well, how old did you think I was? And he said, I thought you were maybe in your late 20s. And I was like, oh, I love you. I love you. I love you very, very much. So, yeah, apparently I look young for my age, so that's boosted me up a little. But anyway, I am attempting to project pan that is completely use up 40 makeup products. Makeup only, no skincare involved or hair care, just makeup and nail polishes. Got to get those nail polishes shifted out of my collection. So I have a couple of empties for you. In fact, I have quite a few empties. So let's start off with the one I am most happy about. It is my Essence nail polish. Now this was originally in the shade Frozen Kiss, which is the shade that is on the lid. That's why I like Essence nail polishes. They tell me what colour they are by the lid. However, I kind of Franken polished it with a nails ink polish in the shade Tate, and it created a beautiful like frosty fuchsia pink nail polish. I only got 2 more manicures out of it, and then I couldn't get anything at the bottom, so I tried adding a little bit of nail polish remover to try and thin it out a little bit. That didn't work, it just made a mess. So I just kind of cleaned out the bottle as well as I could, but I wasn't getting any more nail polish out of it really at that point anyway. It was, I mean, I was struggling to get the last manicure out of it as I was. So yeah, I have finished a nail polish. So chuffed with myself, so chuffed. The next item I'm equally chuffed with. So this was a depotted cream blush from the Blushed Melts palette by Makeup Revolution, and it's gone. It has completely gone. So I learnt a tip watching a YouTube video on top tips for project panning, and the lady suggested, I can't even remember what video it was, so I can't even link it, but the lady suggested that apply a cream blush that is a little too strong in colour, like a little bit too bold. Apply it under your foundation, and then the colour will still sort of be there, but not as bold as when you apply it over the top of your foundation. So that's what I did, and I was able to use it completely up. So I'm so happy. I have already started on another cream blush, but I'm not putting it into this project pan as of yet. I may do sometime in the future, but I just want to work on it for now and see how I go. So yeah, so that is the second empty. The next empty is my bronzer. So this was a Makeup Revolution bronzer. It came out of the advent calendar for 2017, I think it was. Yeah, so I have used that completely up. It is the bronzer I'm wearing today. I do really like it. It was a really nice colour, so yeah, very happy to have used that all up. The next item I used up was my sample of a Givenchy lip balm. This was the Le Rouge Perfecto lip balm in Perfect Pink. So that is it there. So this was one of those lip balms that kind of felt a little plasticky. Do you know what I mean? Felt like a bit like plastic makeup, you know, that you buy your kids or from the pound shop or something, and it's like a plastic lipstick. There's no colour there, it's just plastic, and that's what this kind of felt like. And for Givenchy, wasn't too impressed. So it was a nice colour and I did like it, but the texture of it and the feel of it on my lips, I just didn't like it. It felt, yeah, very plasticky when I applied it. It looked like children's play makeup. That's what it reminded me of. So I wasn't 100% impressed, would not repurchase, but that is out of my collection. And finally, the lipstick that I have on today is my Urban Decay Vice Lipstick in 714. Now, I had to really make a real big effort in trying to use this up. And this has taken me 2 months to use up. And if I'd have really worked at it on that first month, I probably could have shifted it out in 1 month. But I didn't. And I realised that's because I don't wear a red lip very often. So when I first put this into this project pan, I was questioning whether Urban Decay's 714 was equal to MAC Ruby Woo, when actually the real question I should have been asking was, do I need more than one red lipstick in my life? And the answer to that is no. And the reason, because I don't wear red lipstick very often. Yes, I've enjoyed wearing it this past month, but you know what? After trying to get through this and having to wear this over and over and over again just to use it up, I kind of got bored. I don't want to wear a red lip for a while. I might wear it for Valentine's Day, but you know what? I'm thinking I might just go pink for Valentine's Day because I am so tired of a red lip. So yes, I do like Urban Decay's Vice Lipstick in 714. I think it is a beautiful colour. And it's much creamier than MAC's Ruby Woo because it's a much more creamy formula, whereas MAC's Ruby Woo is like a retro matte and you literally, it feels like it's dragging on your lips when you apply. It doesn't budge and it doesn't shift, so that's good for a red lipstick. But the truth is, I just need to pick one red lipstick and have that in my collection because I do not need more than one because I won't use it. I won't use it very often at all. But this one is gone. So that is that. So those are the empties. So let's go on to what I still have in my collection. So I'm still working from the original 10 items that I put in this collection. I'm still working on my Frat Boy from the Balm. This is a sample. But as you can see, there is a lot more pan this time. I've hit side pan up here. And so yeah, I'm getting through this quite quickly. I am using this as an eyeshadow though. I'm not using this as a blush. I think it would be a pretty blush, but the size of this pan, I wouldn't be able to get my blush brush in there. So I am using it in my crease as a transition shade, and it is really pretty as a transition shade. So yeah, I am getting through that. I'm hoping I might be able to finish it next month. I'm hoping. The next item is the other item from the original 10. It is my e.l.f. brow pencil. And this is all I have left, so it's definitely getting smaller. I use this every time in my brows. Realised how long it takes you, or takes me at least, to get through a brow pencil. A long time, because this is what, the 3rd month, and I still haven't finished it, and it wasn't brand new when I put it in. It wasn't. So It takes me a long time to get through a brow pencil. The next item I've been working on is my Benefit Boying Airbrush Concealer in shade number 1. It is a potted concealer. I use this as my eye base, so I put this all over the lid on my eye before applying a powder to set it with, and this really does just give my skin a much more even tone, so that I can apply my shadows on top. There's still quite a bit left in there. And then I set that with this. This is Wet n Wild's Creme Brulee. And that is what that looks like. Now I can't see much difference from last month, but I am sure as sure is that there has been a little bit of usage. I think if you can see this line here, I think I was kind of, the powder was just up to there, so anything from there onwards is kind of what I've used. Do you see what I mean? But yeah, I use this to set all over my eyelids to give myself that even skin tone. And then the last item I've been working on this month was my L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base Primer. So that is this. Now I was up to here last time. I did mark it. So there is the mark there. However, now I've gone below this black bit. And I can't actually see where I am. I think I'm somewhere around here. I can't be 100% sure, but I'm definitely below that black line now. So yeah, this is good news because this has been in my collection for a long time. So yeah, it's a very silicone based primer. So if you don't like a silicone based primer, you won't like this product, but I really do. I like it a lot. So yeah, that is that product. So as I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empties this month, I'm going to be bringing in 5 more products to the project. So let's start off with the nail polish that I'm going to be bringing in. This is the oldest nail polish I own. This is a Miss Beauty nail polish in number 5 bronze. Now I had tried to project pan it before and I got down to here, so I'm about halfway. So it shouldn't, fingers crossed, take me too long to use up, but I haven't used this in ages. So yeah, so I want to use all of that up. The next item I want to use up is this sample foundation, and it is the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation in True Ivory. Now these are normally the testers that you get in the shops to test the shade before you buy here in the UK. But I didn't pinch it, don't go screaming, I didn't pinch it. I actually bought this off eBay. They were selling these samples. You could buy different foundations and they were all the samples, the tester ones like this. So I thought I would actually buy this off eBay and test it before I bought the foundation, because I like the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer, and so I wanted to see if I would like the foundation. I've since been kind of using it more like a mixer because it's slightly too dark for me. The only time this really suits me is in the summer. So I've been kind of using it as a mixer, and the foundation that I'm using at the moment is just slightly too light for me. It is the one I've got on today, and I just feel like it's a little too pale for me. So I figured if I bring this in now, I can mix it with that other foundation and yeah, get this used up. The next item is my concealer, and it is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eye Eraser, and this is in the shade Light, so that is that. Now I don't have much left to go, so yeah, I just want to get this shifted and moved out of my collection, so I'm going to be using that up. The next item is this palette. This is the I Heart Makeup Bronze and Glow palette. This was before Revolution changed all of its naming and things like that. So this is now an I Heart Revolution kind of product. And it is this. So it's a duo, and you have a bronzer and a highlighter. So the bronzer and the highlighter, let's see. So those are the shades. So the highlighter is very sort of like bronzy and golden, and the bronzer is really kind of pale, to be fair. So basically, as you can see, I've already hit pan on this bronzer. I did that in another project pan, and the goal there was to hit pan, but now I want to use this completely up. So my goal is not to use the highlighter. That's not part of the project. It is to use up completely the bronzer. I may have to repress it at some point, but yeah, I want to use up the bronzer, and then this palette can then go in with my highlighters instead of with my bronzers, which is where it sits currently. And then I won't forget it when I'm counting my makeup inventory. Anybody else do that? You have these little duos that have like 2 different products in them, and you count it for one of the items, but you don't count it for the other. I do that all the time. I have what I call hidden highlighters throughout my collection, and I forget them all the time. That's why I end up with so many highlighters, because I think I don't have many. And then I realised, oh, I have a highlighter in this palette, and I have a highlighter in that palette, and I have a highlighter, and then, you know. So once I use up the bronzer in this palette, then I can put this palette in with my highlighters, and I will never forget it when I do my makeup inventory. That's my thinking. Sorry about that. Camera died, so I thought I would take some time out to read my book and paint my nails. So this is the Miss Beauty nail polish that I've just put in this project pan, and that is the colour. So as you can see, it's a beautiful bronze, really, really pretty. So the last item that I am putting into this project pan is an Avon mini lipstick. This is just a sample, and there it is. And I recently received a couple of these samples from my daughter's friend. She currently sells Avon to try and make an extra little bit of money for herself. And yeah, so she gave me a couple of the samples to try out, and this was one of them. So I thought I would put this one in because I'm getting a little tired of using the foil samples at the moment, constantly having to, I much prefer like a bullet lipstick. So constantly having to use a doe foot applicator to apply the lipstick, it's just, I'm just taking a break for a while. So I thought I would put this one in instead, because I can still just apply it. It is just a sample, and hopefully it will take me less than the month to finish it up. So yeah, I thought I would put that one in. So I'm going to go put my camera back on charge, because I only charged it up long enough so I could finish the goddamn video. Anybody else have camera issues when they're filming videos? That's the worst part of YouTube for me. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!